All right, everyone, we should be live. Let's make sure that's actually the case. Over on Rumble, of course. Unpause and repause. Clem Semple, eat candy corn out of Nimrata's cornhole. Yeah, thank you for making the entire audience bulimic, by the way. Yes, tonight is the night of the lunar eclipse. There'll be some special things going on during that. Ever heard of moon water? Ever heard of sanguinarianism? Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Styx is here. Ironfoot has come. Great scene, by the way. Also, we've got a couple of things we will talk about for news. We're going to talk about Pam Bondi and the Epstein files. I don't have anything docketed. This is going to be more of a rant stream. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about a couple of other things. Mostly, though, I'm just going to respond to your prompts mainly. Like, I might ramble at length about Trump and his potential wine tariff. That would really cock-block the French more than anyone else in the world, and the Australians to an extent, assuming that the tariffs extend there. Be real helpful for Vermont, since we've become a juggernaut of facilitated alcoholism more than anything else. Here, let me cue a couple things up really quick. It's going to be a little bit of a scattered stream today. I may or may not stream tomorrow. It depends on if there's any meaningful news that I can't put in my main docket. I like to organize things in the morning and do the best that I can. I'm not looking at chat right now, so just let me yeah, okay. That volume's a little bit high now, isn't it? That's a big problem. And then, of course, BL, a tariff on whining? Sounds good to me. Yes, that would be great. We would make trillions of dollars at this point just from the French alone. They would practically owe us their entire country, I suppose. Ruron, Styx, while I would gladly vote for J.D. Vance, personally, I would really like it if I could vote for Carrie Lake for president. Or I would be elated if J.D. Vance picked Carrie Lake for vice president. J.D. Vance is the heir apparent because he is the vice president. I would like him to choose Tulsi as VP and put Carrie Lake in as the White House spokesperson. She would be a natural for that role. Oh, it would be hysterical. If you think that the White House press corps is troubled now, imagine if Carrie Lake were in there. Holy shit. That would be interesting. Yeah, I would say Tulsi for running mate, Carrie Lake for White House press secretary. JD, of course, is the heir apparent. And he's done a good job so far. He's well-spoken. He's adversarial without coming off as being particularly rude. He's got the look, so to speak. Sort of like if Dan Crenshaw wasn't a sellout, basically. He was in the U.S. military. He's a combat veteran, well-spoken, current vice president of the United States, so he has the on-the-job work that he's doing. He has every qualification possible, actually. Music and fiction. Getting a little tired of the butthurt Bondi bitches. There's a procedure to follow, and people are just whining because they're not getting their list to sate their bloodlust. Yes, let me ramble at length about Pam Bondi and the Epstein list. Some people out there, and I'm amenable to what you're saying. I don't disagree with you entirely. I want the Epstein list. I wish it was on my desk now. It'd be quite long, unfortunately. That being said, if there are ongoing cases against any of the people that are on that list, if you release it, you predispose juries. So what you can end up doing is you crucify them in the court of public opinion. The public knows they're probably a pervert of some kind. But there are two problems that you run up against. And I've spoken with dozens of lawyers over the years. I have a lot of people that DM me on Twitter, used to DM me on Facebook when that was a thing, email me and so forth. I've talked with dozens of lawyers. Here's the problem, the dual problem. The first problem you have now predisposed any possible jury. So the person is a pervert, but they get away with it because their lawyer capably argues before the court, hey, their name was publicly released by the President of the United States. There is no way my client can get a fair trial. Doesn't matter if they're guilty or not. Since they can't get a fair trial, they can't be tried. Secondly, you end up running up against another problem, which is that not everyone that went to Epstein Island is actually a pervert at all. For instance, Stephen Hawking presumptively wasn't banging 10-year-olds. I think it would be hard for a quadriplegic to be able to bang anyone. So that would be a little bit difficult. You end up indicating the possible guilt of people simply because of their adjacency to Epstein Island, who didn't actually do anything wrong. It appears that Epstein was connected to certain government networks. We can't name them on a YouTube video. You know what I'm talking about, you noticers. And therefore was trying to blackmail people. Basically, do what we want. You can have all the kids that you want. That's perfectly fine if you're into that shit. But, you're going to have to do what we tell you, basically, on occasion. If you skew the investigations and or prosecutions while also destroying people's credibility when they haven't done anything wrong, you have become the problem. Pam Bondi, I believe, understands this. And so she's being very, very cautious in this particular case because of the enormous preponderance of people involved, number one, and also their societal standing, number two. Let's say that we were to simultaneously detain half the bankers and celebrities and corporatists and politicians and military brass in the country. The economy would flatline. It would destroy it. In fact, you'd be fucking the entire population. Because of the enormity of the scandal involved, you could end up screwing the entire population. And I've talked about that before as well. Now, is this an excuse to not prosecute these people? No. But you have to make sure you've got all of your ducks in a row before you begin the prosecution. Active investigation, you don't want to skew it by coming out publicly and saying, well, this person is a pedophile, probably. Argued before a court, assuming that the court was going by the rule of law, they would throw the case out. And so somebody could have done something terrible on multiple occasions, maybe, but it doesn't matter. All of a sudden, the case is dismissed with prejudice and they never get tried again. I don't think that's what any of you want. One tall order, Ari, your gas prices video this morning sticks. The price on premium 93 octane here in Maryland is down from $3.90 to $4 per gallon to $3.50 to $3.60. Yeah, I just buy the regular gasoline. Ruron, I would largely agree. I would like to stick it to the Uniparty as they seem vicious to her. Kerry is similar to President Trump in being once-in-a-generational exceptionism. Yes, Kerry Lake is an exceptional public speaker. She's very skilled. She worked with the legacy media, then turned her back on them as soon as they decided to try to screw her. And then she screwed them. She would make a fantastic White House press secretary. Lemon curd. Hey, Sticks, Vermont makes wine? Really? Yeah, there's like 100 vineyards in the state now. And we're a really, really tiny state, so it's disproportionate. Don't even get me started on the number of breweries we have. And you see them everywhere. You go down through Bridgewater, you'll see the Long Trail Ale Brewery. It's quite large, actually. Unglued Arts. Want to send you a gift. Send to 34S Vermont. 34 is Vermont. I don't know what exactly that means. I'm at 444 Chisana Drive in Rutland. You can look up the zip code. My address has been out there for more than a decade, so I don't really worry about giving it out publicly. Carson 87. During Trump's first term, they said the entirety of Trump's presidency is Obama's economy, but the moment it went down, it's Trump's economy. Then every time it went back up, it was magically Obama's economy again. Yeah, they're doing the same thing now. Egg prices inch up for the first month that Trump is in office. Well, clearly it's Trump's fault. He's making the eggs more expensive. Oh my God. Not that the average liberal at this point is getting animal protein anyway. They're drinking Soylent, so it doesn't really affect them. But then the price of eggs over the last week dropped by 11%. Considerable amount, by the way. All of a sudden, no, it has nothing to do with Trump. He had nothing to do with this. Same with gas prices, same with, well, basically everything else. Oscar, get a P.O. box, Sticks. I've thought about it. I'm not particularly concerned about somebody mailing me a bomb or anthrax or something like that anyway, though. So the worst I'm probably going to get is like a glitter bomb, maybe. And I'm used to that anyway because I've, hung around my niece. So there might be a little bit of glitter speckled around here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Apache, the Trump admin focusing hard on anti-Semitism is going to hurt it. He needs to treat Israel like he is Ukraine and stop being their dog. Disagreed generally. Again, difference between political pragmatism and what I would like. What I would like is neutrality by the USA on the issue. What is pragmatic when your core fan base is heavily evangelical is being generally pro-Israel, yeah. Lorraine Psycho, someone will send you a dildo. Well, I mean, okay, send me a dildo. That's fine. Yes, you can send me all sorts of stuff. I mean, I get sent all sorts of cool things all the time. I've got a fucking flail here. Yeah. From Mogera, by the way. Great guy. Thank you very much. I get sent all sorts of collectibles and stuff like that. I've got a vial of blood. I'm going to have to use that tonight. Yes, that is human blood, by the way. Thank you, by the way, to the donor. Ruron, do you think the Democrats are going to do a government shutdown? What are your thoughts on Thomas Massie? I think it'll be difficult for them to scrape enough Democrats together to avoid a shutdown, yeah. And it doesn't matter. It means absolutely nothing. People think, oh my God, the government's shut down. There will be no law and order. That's not the way that it works. Unfortunately, the government doesn't actually shut down non-essential workers, which are the ones that actually do a good job generally, are furloughed for a temporary period of time. Literally nothing. And as far as Thomas Massie, I like the dude. I like the cut of his jib. I don't always agree with him, but then unless you yourself run for political office and get elected, you're never going to agree with that politician 100% of the time. This is the case with goddamn Rand Paul. I like him more than everyone else. I like him more than Trump in many cases. I don't agree with him all the time. It's just the way that it works, Tom Baldwin, RH negative blood. Yes, I am O negative. I am the universal donor. So if you want to contract vampirism and become a vampire like me, you can accept a transfusion, I suppose. This is the Rants and Bantz stream, so I am simply going to respond to people in chat and read out the sponsors, but that's a little separate. We don't have any docketed news today. I did have one other story that I wanted to talk about. What the hell was it? Let me get on to Twitter. I think I reposted something earlier. We talked about the government shutdown. We can talk about that a little bit. What else was it? Yeah, there was the Pam Bondi thing, because people don't understand the difference between the court and the court of public opinion. This is why I don't talk about my own legal case. Could I come before all of you and defend myself in my ongoing legal case? Yeah, it would be very helpful. In the court of public opinion. The problem is anything that I say can be used against me in court. And the court has the ability to put me in prison. You don't have the ability to put me in prison. There's a big difference between those two things and the repercussions now, isn't there? What was it that I was going to talk about? Well, you can talk about Gigi Allen and stuff like that. This is a Bantz stream. It's informal. I mean, I dress informally on a daily basis anyway, but, just saying. BW Stick, Schumer has shut down government. I know that at least Dems will have to accept blame, but what will we do? We do absolutely nothing. Oh shit, I'm sorry, says, do you foresee any U.S. involvement with Syria? None beyond the current level, I think. Not under the Trump administration. I think that Trump is going to be fairly consistent on not wanting to start new wars. But then again, he's going to have to put the genie back in the bottle with regards to the conflicts that have broken out as a result of failed foreign policy. Ruron, could you please make a video about the Wisconsin Supreme Court race with Brad Schimmel versus Soros-supported Democrat judge? I've actually already got that docketed. I know that you sent that to me before. Thank you very much, by the way. Yeah, season with love. It's best to just stick to what your lawyer advises and get a second opinion. Yes. Shut the fuck up. If the cops have you in cuffs, you're already preponderated as guilty. So shut the fuck up, unless you can explain the situation in a legalistic manner and or you're a lawyer and you know exactly what you're saying, etc., and are of sound mind and so forth. Just shut up. Invoke your Fifth Amendment rights and say, look, I'm not going to talk to you at all without an attorney present, and leave it at that. Be polite, though. You can say, no offense to you. I'm invoking my rights. You're just doing your job, but I'm not going to talk to you. Don't be impolite to the cops. That's a bad idea, unless you want to get roughed up. Yeah. Don't talk to the cops. That is a bad idea, generally speaking. Ruron, I already read that one. Last speaking, I'm with Ruron. The Supreme Court race is far too important. Yes, I'll be talking about that. I think I'll docket it for tomorrow, actually. I may or may not do a live stream tomorrow. One day a week, I want to do like a Rants and Bantz stream like I am now, where I don't have any news docketed at all, and I'm just sort of reacting to the audience. It's fun. Virgil Shadow, gas is down almost 30 cents by me. Also, have you considered making the Friday stream a Rumble exclusive so we don't need to censor ourselves? Possibly. It's not a bad idea. By the way, we have big developments on Rumble over the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to be all in with regards to the quartering stream as well. Ramon C. GTC, you are our vampire pirate. Give me immortality. I would guzzle the blood right now, but I have other ritualistic purposes for it. Split purposes. BW, okay, better question. How do you think Trump can handle it without caving to Dem pork barrel spending? It's going to be difficult because pork barrel is basically the nickname for DC. We'll see how he does. This is his first big economic test, I think. And so we'll see how he navigates the skill and charybdis that is DC politics. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. If he fails and fucks up, of course, I'll be one of the first people to criticize him. If he does well, I will explain why he did well and give him praise. That's how I operate with every politician. It's just like Phil Scott, governor of Vermont. Mostly, he's a weak, pathetic cuck on guns and on various other things, sanctuary cities. He's a cuck. But on the budget, he did manage to balance it. Actually, taxes have fallen recently under Phil Scott. This is inexplicable. This is the first time that's happened in quite some time with regards to Vermont's economy. Andrew Van Halen, what are your predictions about the upcoming negotiations with Russia? They will stall out at first. There may be a ceasefire that is finally agreed to, but the negotiations themselves will drag on for months. Harrison Bergeron, big problem with cops is many of them are ex-military and never deprogrammed, so they see everyone not in their uniform as the enemy. Some, I praise cops when they're doing their proper job. That being said, there is a lot of corruption in certain police forces in the world. The Dashing Rogue, got any tips for dating goth chicks as a normie? Goth yourself up, man. Get gothy. Become a vampire like me. And all of a sudden, chicks that like to wear dark clothing and go to nightclubs, they're all over you. No, seriously. I was in Taco Fresco last week, and I was totally getting eyed up by a couple of the Hispanic chicks in there. And again, when I was younger, I never could take the cue. I never got the hint, so to speak. Like, I was flat out asked by a cheerleader if I would fuck her for her 16th birthday, and I just laughed it off, figuring it was a joke. Looking back on it, I'm like, oh shit, I don't think that she was joking. And she was cute, by the way, and sweet. She was a nice person, and intelligent, and not psycho. Yeah, I missed out on my unicorn. But yeah, there were a couple of chicks across the table that were clearly eyeing me up. These days, I can get the hint, which means I need to go back to Taco Fresco. Oh my. Last beacon, if you actually had immortality, what would you do with it? I myself would spend the next 500 to 600 years trying to fix what the Democrats have broken, and then spend the next 600 trying to improve upon it. I would, no, Blue, they're not jailbait. They're in their 20s or 30s. I would basically withdraw from society and spend all of my time growing things. I would pretty much ice out the human species if I was immortal. I would avoid humans as much as possible. I guess I would do the Gandalf thing. A couple times a year, I would wander into town and set off magical fireworks or something like that. No, BV. I know bedroom eyes when I see them. When I was younger, I didn't, unfortunately. I had no clue. But yeah, I guess I have to go back and get some more catfish tacos at some point. I mean, I look cool, don't I? Being immortal was actually would actually be a curse when you think about it. Imagine being trapped on one planet with the inability to extricate yourself for the rest of eternity, knowing that the planet will eventually be a burning pile of ashes. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So you just sit there and suffer for the rest of eternity. It'd be like being in hell, I suppose. And then the star explodes and you get fired out into outer space, and maybe 1,000,000 years later, you end up orbiting a sun that's actually habitable. Jenny Simon, you need a shrimp boat. Then I would be impressed. I have thought about getting a cheap trawler. Although I don't think I'd do shrimping. I think I'd just get like a small trawler, plop it onto Lake Champlain, and then you can go fishing for sturgeon and muskies and stuff like that. That would be fun. Lemon curd. Yes, you look downright edible, Sticks. Theoretically, I am. Yeah, just make sure to cook the meat first. If you don't do that, there's going to be a problem. Shrimping ain't easy. NKFD, go champ hunting 6. Let's talk about the Champlain monster then, since you've prompted me. I believe that the Lake Champlain monster is not one single creature. I believe that it is a combination of missightings of logs and things like that, with sightings by especially out-of-staters of sturgeons that in some cases can approach 14 feet in length. If you have a couple of sturgeons swimming back to back, it's going to look an awful lot like a goddamn sea monster. I do believe in one theory, which is that some of the sturgeons in the lake did interbreed with sea sturgeons, and that they are abnormally large. And so this accounts for, I believe, many of the sightings. Some others, moose, somebody's from some state where there's no mooses, they see a moose swimming through the water, and they don't know what they're seeing. Looks an awful lot like an elongated head with antlers on it. Looks a little bit like a manatau now, doesn't it? And some of it is logs, some of it is snakes or something like that. But mostly, I think it's sturgeons. There might be a whale population in the lake. They have taken sound readings there, And it sounds an awful lot like the kind of small whales, pilot whales and things like that that you find in the actual ocean. It is possible, although unlikely, but it's not a singular sea monster. There is no singular Lake Champlain monster. It does not exist. Ah, King of Biltong is here. Yeah, baby. Since King of Biltong is here, we have our tradition. Apparently, he thinks it's crazy that I eat this much of this stuff. At one time. Bovrite. Maybe I'll mix the blood with the bovrite and just friggin' eat it. Couch. I've been watching Stick since 2015. The pirate thing cracks me up every morning. It's always something with the 10.2. Love you, brother. Thank you very much. I will continue. Yeah, I just thought that it looked cool. You know, I said I always wanted a tricorn hat, and then a subscriber sent me one. And then I realized I have the captain's leather jacket, the leather boots, and so forth. I'm like, you know, half of the little kids that I knew when I was a kid wanted to be pirates and stuff. Well, why don't I become a pirate? The Swamp Cleaner, catfish tacos is one hell of an innuendo. No, taco fresco in Rutland. And I've got to get some clankers down there and we'll have a dinner party or something. They have burritos. No, not tacos, burritos. And you can get catfish in them. And with a little bit of the sauce, oh, they are delicious. They cook them exactly like they would cook them down in Louisiana. And when I went there, I didn't know that they had catfish available, but it was delicious. Crispy outside, extremely flaky, succulent inside. And, you know, you got to work your tongue into that cat, you know, if you know what I'm saying. I like making vaguely sexual remarks to my audience. It's quite fun. At this point in life, I've stopped giving a damn, and it's just like I'm having fun. You know, I'm approaching my 40s. I'm allowed to have fun. Last beacon. That's technically what I would do, but I would probably focus more on technology and reading and understanding the world around me. I wouldn't bother. I would forsake the world around me. I would understand plants and mushrooms and things like that. If I was immortal, I would pretty much segregate myself from humankind. I wouldn't interact with humans much at all. Last beacon, especially watching as the never Trump Republicans just burn away and die away, and I can watch the world slowly grows over them. And when the time is right, teach humanity to be better through my lens. I wouldn't bother. Humans are a lost cause. In the end, we will all be destroyed. This planet will die, and there is nothing that we can do about it. So, just raise a glass in the meantime, whether it's water like this or whether it's something else, you know? Just, you know, make merry. Our best hope is to take literature and genetic engineered material and robots and shit like that and fire them randomly out into the cosmos, honestly. Maybe 1,000 years from now, our planet's life forms will be able to infect another planet, you know? I think in the Matrix, they said it best. Human beings are not mammals. They are parasites. I hate to say it, but technically speaking, that's true. We are parasitizing this planet. We're now planning to parasitize Mars and possibly other planets in the solar system. And from there, maybe branch out and parasitize nearby star systems. Now, I don't have any hate for the human race. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I am human, so, you know, at least this physical vessel I'm using is human. That's perfectly fine. But at the same time, we do tend to be resource wasters now, don't we? We're a little bit inefficient. We're a little bit flawed, a little bit fucked up. God damn, I wish I had a hot chick on my lap at the moment. Sigil Stone. In the Matrix, Agent Smith specifically calls humans a virus, then became a virus himself. Yes, exactly. I would say we're more parasites than viruses, though. That's the conclusion that I've come to. We tend to leech off of our surroundings with great inefficiency without particular regard to how it affects our surroundings. Scotty Almonjoy. Horny jail. Yeah, I'm being horny on Maine again. Well, I mean, can I help it? No. Being honest with yourself is the best thing to do. And there are lots of cute clankers. Oscar Gonzalez, we have recycling programs. Yeah, have you seen the recycling? You're probably being facetious, but have you seen the recycling programs? Girl of the Valley is squirting off again. I hope that you're actually masturbating to me. That would be fun. Anyways, getting off of that, let's go to our sponsors really quickly. I'm only being half serious, by the way. We have cultivated-mind.com, where you can get some mushroom pills. They are good. I take them every single day. Don't worry, I took my mushroom pills this morning. Gives me a boost of energy. Just an anecdote, not medical advice. I'm not legally allowed to give it. It's really weird how that works. Pumpkinfirecrafts.us, where you can get a seed survival bucket. Highly recommended. You can grow those Turk's turban squashes. Delicious, by the way. Tomatoes and carrots and everything else. You can also get Sticks, Hex, and Hammer soaps. BillTongUSA.com. We do have Anton in the chat over on Rumble. Use code STICKS for 10% off. You can get Biltong. You can get some of this great shit, the Bovrite. It's basically like, imagine that they took Vegemite but actually made it good tasting. Sorry, Australian fans, but I think the South Africans, yeah, they've outdone you on that one. I sample it literally every day. I'll make some toast later, put it on that, I think. We've also got mugs and tumblers available. wickedneedleembroidery.bigcartel.com. You can get Sticks, Hex, and Hammer hats. These are baseball caps. They're not tricorns like the one that I'm wearing. There are several colors and varieties available, by the way, as well. HeritageHeirloomSeedCompany.com, where you can get a seed survival bucket. Did I say that Pumpkin Fire did the seed survival bucket? No, Pumpkin Fire has the, my apologies, has the bookmarks, keychains, belt chains, and engraved spoons. My bad. I fucked up on that one. Heritage Heirloom Seed Company is where you can get the seed survival bucket. And also Sticks, Hex, and Hammer soap. 2 varieties available. There's a blue bar and a pink bar. And it's basically men's and ladies. Although it doesn't really matter. They both smell and oddly taste so good that you can use whatever you want. It doesn't matter what soap you buy from them. It's always good. websterswares.com/sticks-wares. Yes, indeed. We've got blades. We've got beanies. We've got metal straws. I've got to find the box, actually, that still has a couple of the metal straws in it because I really want to carry that around with me everywhere I go so that I never have to use a disposable straw again. I'll save a sea turtle. Then when I'm down in New Orleans, I'll get turtle soup. I figure it's basically it's even Stevens. And finally, jamandbean.com. That is jamandbean.com. Home of the Clank Blend. And a bunch of other coffee blends. Oh, God. I need that every day. I can't help it, you know? I'm a coffee fan. And a bunch of teas as well. So those are our sponsors. Last Beacon. Also, I don't view immortality as a curse. We've seen the world go through a flight of craziness, especially believing that the world was going to end in 2012 or through climate change. Oh, I remember the Mayan prophecy bullshit. And I told people, don't fucking worry about it. They're misinterpreting it to begin with anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Jenny Simon. Guy I'm seeing is 6'2", 189 pounds. I'm 6'2" and about 150 pounds myself. I'm a skinny bitch. Yeah, I may be in horny jail, but trust me, I'm only interested in females. Spocko, you're wrong, Sticks. We are the Earth finally made conscious. Every generation believes that. That's the whole problem. We're still a bunch of hominids. Celestial, no horny. Bonk. Yes, Jenny, I am 6'2". Yeah, I gotta bonk myself on the head now because I'm going to horny jail. One tall order. Remember, everyone, the folks on the Epstein list need your taxes in by April 15th. Yeah, that's the whole fucking problem. Shelly babe, Sticks is sexy as hell. Damn. Maybe I'll get something soon. Sigil Stone, we should make a Clanker Seed survival bucket. We'll ship it to each other and take turns jizzing in it. We'll send it to Sticks once it's full. My Little Pony figures are allowed to be added. I get the reference. Have you ever seen that thing where the dude like repeatedly posted every year on 4chan and he had like a My Little Pony figurine in a jar and he was masturbating into it until it was like full? I think he disappeared. God damn it, I've got 3 or 4 women in chat over there that apparently think I'm sexy. Well, you know, I do have certain skills. Just saying. I enjoy titillating people. I need a good timestamp picture or something like that. But yeah, I mean, at the moment, technically, I am single. Last Beacon, I disagree. Humanity in its current makeup, both in the past and the present, are a lost cause. What could they be in the future has potential. Yes, but we might destroy ourselves very easily, or nature could destroy us, by the way, before we get a chance to achieve that potential. Dark Adventure, this is getting awkward. Hey, at least you know that I'm straight and only involved with adult females. So, you know. Damn, Jenny's really laying it on thick over there. I assure you, I don't have any problems with erectile dysfunction. Oh. People who say that it's getting awkward or that I'm being weird, please go back and watch the videos I made prior to the 2016 election. Do I seem like a normal person? I literally spent several years just destroying ICQ's online web chat rooms. I've made videos about all of my drug use. That was the first claim to fame that I had, actually. I was getting tens of thousands of views on those videos, and that was back when that was quite an accomplishment on YouTube, by the way, as Botany 101. I talk about weird shit and do weird shit all the time. Normality is abnormal for this channel. For a while there, I felt like I was becoming stagnant. It was like, you know, I like the money and I like the attention. And it's fun. You know, I do like talking about current events, but it felt kind of stagnant, if that makes sense. Shelly babes, what do we want? Sticks naked. When do we want it? Now. Yeah, I can't get naked on a live stream. I can get naked in DMs. Just saying. Sometimes I even show my face. Sigil Stone, the MLP figure guy stopped because he left the jar on a heater. Rainbow Dash got boiled and cum, and he didn't like starting over. Based Acid Fox, Arrowhead. Yes, I used that site back in the day. That's where I learned how to use Morning Glory, actually. Oscar Gonzalez, Sticks, can you recommend a book of medicinal herbs? Go to the herbal section on my books blog, links in the description and pinned at the top on YouTube, actually. And there are 30 or 40 volumes available. I guess I would recommend, well, I've got an herbal collection, actually, but I don't know if that's under the herbal section or the My Work section. I'm not 100% sure. Jenny, there's videos on YouTube how to have your girlfriend release the right muscles, careful of the kidneys. Sounds fascinating. You should demonstrate it. Yeah, make weirdness great again. Fuck being normal. Dude, if you're normal and you don't stand out at all and you live a normal life, you're going to end up in a fucking cubicle. Yeah, what's the use of even living at that point? No offense to anyone that works in a cubicle. Some of you are still pretty cool and freak out when you're done with work. I prefer this kind of lifestyle. When I go to work, I dress as a pirate and I eat weird shit with a ball and chain next to me. And yeah, I feel perfectly fine. There are some people that were Andrew Van Halen, Misfits or Samhain? Both, please. Jenny, yeah, I did grow up on the streets. Okay, I could do a video. I actually videotaped my mom working on my man the other day. I could post it to YouTube. Yeah, if you want to. Why don't you DM me on Twitter, Sticks666 official, and bump it to the top. And yeah, that would be fun. Good massages are good. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, she's got a boyfriend. Maybe she's poly. I'm just joking. I'm just being horny. I mean, Copium Poppies. I cited Arrowwood numerous times in essays in college. Lol. Yeah, a great site. It gave me half of the knowledge that I have of psychedelics. It was pretty fun. Babak Bay. Sticks, what do you think of digital ID? I think it's a terrible idea. Tom Baldwin, engorged and tingly. No, I'm not actually horny. I'm just mouthing off. This is a Bantz stream, so I'm allowed to do that. Macarenum, Vegas trip when? I don't think I would fit in Las Vegas. I fit in more in some place like New Orleans, like a Boston or something like that. I don't think that I would fit in Las Vegas. Probably some drunk couple would come up to me and say, can you marry us? And I'd have to carefully explain that I'm not a minister or something like that. Also, I don't really like gambling. Jenny has 2 boyfriends. Goodness. Hey, do what you want to do. If you're a consenting adult, there's going to be no judgment from me. Some people are really judgmental. They think like basically you can only fuck if it's within the confines of a Christian marriage or something like that. And I'm more like, who cares? Let people do what they want to do. Modern Prospector. New Orleans is trash compared to Vegas. New Orleans is actually pretty goddamn fun if you know where to go. I think I fit in more in rural Appalachia, anywhere in the spine of the Appalachian Mountains all the way down south. I'm a hillbilly. That's basically what I am. I fit in here. I would fit in here. I would fit in down in the mountains in Georgia, maybe the Blue Mountains or something, West Virginia, Tennessee. Anywhere along that general region, because we're all Appalachians. We have Appalachian pride and Appalachian problems, by the way. That's where I fit in. I don't fit in with the suburbanite crowd, although I've lived in suburbia. I mean, there are some things that I liked about it, but it's like a little bit awkward Because it feels like everything around you is artificial, if that makes sense. Artificially contrived, artificially designed. You know. Jenny, if your boyfriend is in prison for that length of time, I don't think necessarily it would be a great idea to marry him, especially if you've got a dude on the outside that you're banging. That's probably an indicator. Might be codependency. Not putting you on blast, just giving basic bitch advice. Sigil, I spent the morning bullying furries on Twitter again. They're hilariously incapable of posting I hate zoophiles and throw a fit when challenged on why that is. Yeah, I've noticed this myself. Last weekend, what's your favorite food to eat in a panic and worry? Mine is sushi. If I'm like frightened or something like that, like if I'm worried about things, I'm going to turn to comfort food. Or eat nothing at all. So it'd be like mainly MREs, actually. That's my favorite food for a panic situation. Otherwise, some boiled Swiss chard alongside some cottage pie, I suppose. Sigil Stone, seems Rumble won't let you rant that Z word uncensored. Interesting. That is weird. Jessica, Styx definitely does glamour magic. That's why he dresses like a sexy pirate. I just wanted to be a pirate. I just don't want to be an overly dirty pirate, Yeah, Jenny, I don't know what he's in for, but if it's some sort of violent crime or something like that, and he's legitimately, and some people aren't, if he's legitimately guilty, you might not want to date him. Just saying. Because 15 years, that's a felony charge. You don't get that for a minor crime. You get that for a fairly major crime. Last weekend, also takoyaki. I like tempura. Tempura is good. Zeta Reticulus. I don't like women with big booties, purple lipstick, and fake hair. Am I racist? No, there are plenty of people of all races who, do that sort of shit. Honestly, I am neither a tits or ass man. It's more about the pussy game. That matters more. Do you get nice and soaked? Is it capable of clamping down? Things like that. As far as booty and tits, who gives a shit? Oh, you're flat-chested? That's fine. Big tits? That's fine. Big ass, small ass? It's still an ass. You can still squish it. Ramon CGTC. Big titty, big booty, goth Latina. Now, I do like chicks that are out of the ordinary. That have some sort of spark, some uniqueness to them, so to speak. That is, being unique is highly attractive. Also, I'm a big one for the eyes. I don't like showing my own most of the time because of my tism, so to speak. If a girl has beautiful eyes, then that's for some reason, a huge attractor. Johnny Walker, I'm flat-chested Sticks. Let me holler. No Latinas, get them out. No, Latina chicks are perfectly fine. The only ethnicity of woman I've never actually slept with is like an East Asian woman. Never done that. Copium Poppies. Hey, Sticks, after the stream, check your DMs. Oh, God, Copium's going to hit on me now. Just joking. If it smells like cologne, leave it alone. Yeah. Yeah, some women think that douching is a good idea. And I had an ex that did that. And I'm like, the normal pheromones in, down below are one of the biggest attractor of a man. You're washing them out. and there's no need for it. Like, unless you have a filthy vagina and need to douche, you shouldn't be doing that. Just saying. The swamp cleaner. Stop blowing glory holes in my ship. Girl of the Valley, exactly. Do not douche. If a man is naturally attracted to you, and pheromones are exceptionally important in human relations, when he goes down there, he is going to notice the smell and he's going to like it. If he doesn't like it, it's probably not going to work out. There's an entire theoretical system with regards to pheromones and scent. Humans are very olfactory. Like, I've noticed over my many relations, the relationship lasted longer if I liked the scent down there, and there were less fights. Just saying. Michael Aurelius Brutus Sticks, how to deal with an elder narcissist family member. Ghosting them. God, Girl of the Valley and Jenny are both trying to get me hot and bothered, I think. Damn. King of Biltong, looking for some healthy snacks to add to your diet? Try our Biltong. Almost 50% protein, plus it's packed with B12, creatine, iron, zinc, and much more. Go to www.biltongusa.com. Code STICKS for 10% off. By the way, again, anytime that Anton super chats, we eat Bovrite. To show our appreciation, we kill everything that moves. Yeah, Lee, I can understand that. I'm a very strong-willed person, but when it comes to pretty girls, I will admit that sometimes I falter. I'm sorry. Sigil, yar matey, you're not a real pirate until your cock and balls are falling off from the syphilis ye got from an island lady from the square shoulders. Never let you see your baby pouch, only your sticker. Yeah, that was a thing back in the day. Funny thing, pirates were often out at sea for a long period of time, right? They had relatively less sexual dysfunction. It was the popes at the time that were getting syphilis. Yeah, everyone's getting horny on Maine. This has devolved into an orgy. We're now all getting fucked. The jokey. I love burying your face in your girl's armpits occasionally. Those olfactory releases bond the two like nothing else really binds the oxytocin release with the scent and other things. Yes, that is another thing. If you like the smell of another person's body odor, you know, after they haven't showered for a day, they get sweaty and shit, it's usually a good indicator that you are genetically compatible. If you dislike it, it's an indicator that maybe that's not a good idea. Again, I've been through enough relationships that I know there is a huge difference. Some people smell like shit, and some people, they get all sweaty. Then usually they're the most self-conscious about it. They're like, oh my God, I need to shower and scrub myself down. I smell terrible. And it's like, no. Don't you fucking dare. That has happened several times. I guess Mist got fucked up last night and now is hungover. Michael Aurelius Brutus. Sticks, how to really send a message to a narcissist. The best thing you can do is, if you are of import in their life, that is, that you are strongly connected to them, you simply stop talking to them altogether. Ghost them completely on all platforms, and they'll get the hint. It hurts them more than anything else. Mexican Trumper is present. Yeah, we had tacos last night. Unfortunately, they were gringo tacos. I wasn't the one that made them. And so I was sad, despondent. Next time I'm making them myself. I can make competent tacos. I got taught by actual people from Mexico. Gringos, unless they have been properly trained by actual Mexicans, should not touch tacos. Do not buy the taco shells. Do not buy the taco ingredients. Do not attempt to cook the tacos. Do not provide them uncooked. Leave them alone. Leave us alone, please. Those of us that know how to make good tacos. Copium poppies. Idea. Clankdom killdozer demolition derbies. Clankers build their own killdozers and battle it out annually. That could actually work. It's an interesting idea. Cost a lot of money, though. We'd need to do a GoFundMe. Jeremiah Parker. I wish my girl smelled like tacos. I'm sure she smells delicious anyway. Now, how you make tacos, number one, this is not a health food. It's got healthy ingredients, but it is not itself a health food. When you get the wrap, you do not use a hard taco. Don't use one of those that's pre-curled and shit like that because they taste like shit. Use a soft taco, preferably the flour and corn blend. That would be the most authentic. Now, at a high heat, you're shortly frying it off until it starts bubbling up and browning. You curl it over. You can get one of those taco racks and you can sort of curl it around that. Let it dry a little bit. You want to drip some of the oil off. Meanwhile, you've already heavily seasoned and pre-browned your hamburger or whatever meat you're using. Hamburger would be the normal one. Again, not a health food. You put that in the taco. Now you put whatever the fuck toppings you want on it. Tomato, lettuce, chopped onion, fried onion, whatever sauces, sour cream, avocado, guacamole, all of these, anything goes on the taco. And also use the larger wraps, not the smaller ones. Trust me. Jeremiah is incorrect. Tortillas should not be served flat. They should be curled around semi-crunchy. You have to cook them to exactly the right specifications and curl them, and then you put the stuff in them. Now people are arguing over whether flour or corn is better. I just said it's the mix. Those are the best ones because you get that little corniness, but you also get, you know, the composition of flour, and so it's more moldable. Jeremiah, I spent several months in southern Texas in the Rio Grande where it's 99% Mexicans. Trust me, I know how to make tacos. Oh, you'd eat like 5 of them probably. Michael Brutus Sticks, is there some way to send you a gift? Yes, indeed. If you're sending me a concubine or something like that, I truly appreciate it. I am at 444 Chasana Drive, Rutland, Vermont. 05701. I've been swatted multiple times. My address is already out there, so who cares? Any of these cute girls want to show up, you know, with duct tape and a butcher's knife on the front lawn. Don't worry. Oscar Gonzalez, have you had a torta? The name sounds familiar. I think so. Let me see that. Oh, yeah, I've had that. Yeah, I've had that. Not as big a fan as with like enchiladas or, you know, quesadillas. Quesadillas are really good, by the way. You have to put in chopped up jalapeno in a quesadilla, though. It is absolutely 100% guaranteed to improve the quesadilla. In the Monterey area, among the middle and upper middle class, they make their quesadillas by just taking a wrap. They put cheese in it, sometimes with jalapeno or a sauce, and then they just nuke it in the microwave. This is sort of like the urban take on Mexican food, but it's still pretty good. I know that it's cooked differently in other places. Zeta Reticulus, yes, thank you. Sticks is correct regarding jalapenos. Abso-fucking-lutely. Sigil, we do have an authentic Mexican restaurant in the area, authentic to the point Trump might deport them all. And their food is good as fuck, though. Bomb-ass fajitas and the margaritas are cheap. Yeah, I would go to Mexico, but then I would end up probably married or something. Okay, what can I say? I have a weakness for women. Man, I'm not gay or into children? Wow, what a scandal. Anyways, I'm going to be right back. I'm probably going to go longer than normal here. But let me take a quick break because I have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back, everyone. All right, I should be back. Here, just a sec. I'm having fun. I find this amusing myself. And of course, Twitter DMs not working. Who'd have thunk it? This never has happened before. God, Elon. If there's one thing that Twitter needs to fix, it's their DM capabilities. There's Spocko, New Mexico has the best Mexican food you can get in the States. Very hot. Very hot. Oh my God. Sigil, you've been pissing a lot on stream lately. You should see a doctor about your prostate. You are getting to be at that age. Oh, no, it's just that I don't usually piss early in the morning. So, if you don't piss once or twice a day, then that's probably when you've got a fucking problem. Yeah, I need more Mexican food. I need more tacos and burritos and shit, like real ones. At Taco Fresco, you can get like authentic burritos. The dude who owns that restaurant, apparently, he actually lived in Mexico for an extended period of time. That's where he learned how to cook things, and so it's like authentic. And they're like gringo variants and stuff like that, but it's pretty authentic. Jeremiah Parker, my DMs are working if ladies want to send nudes. Sigil, come on, you're coping. You're getting up there. Yeah, I know I'm getting older. It's like that George Carlin skit. He said, like, I looked in the mirror when he turned 40. He's like, I guess I'm getting older. He was talking about soft language. That sounds a little bit better. It sounds like it might take a little bit longer because, of course, he's just getting old. Yeah, I'm aware of that fact. I don't act like a person in their late 70s, though. That's for sure. Maturity. Ha 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 ha. Fuck that shit. David Hunter. Casa Jalisco in Claremont, New Hampshire is excellent. I have to check it out. I've been to Claremont a few times. Old Mill Town, actually. They've got some good food. Same with Keene, actually. Can I please load my messages, Elon? Thank you. That's very good. Bye, Lee. Yeah, Claremont, it's funny because we have these little towns throughout New England, and outsiders generally don't even know this. We've got some awesome food, actually. There used to be a buffet called the Keene Buffet, aptly named because it was in Keene. I remember going to that as a teenager. When I was 15, I think I told the story to some people on one video. There was one time I ate 7 plates of food there. They probably lost money serving me food on that day. I was just gigantically hungry. I had crab legs. I had 2 different plates that were just broccoli and beef. I had a bunch of sushi. Then I had more sushi with a bunch of fruit. Then I had, what the fuck was it? There was some sort of noodle concoction I think I had at one point too. So it might have been 8 plates. I can't remember. I probably fell into a food coma in the car. Then I had ice cream, more fruit and sushi, and some of those little cakey things that they had. I don't know how many calories I ate. It was probably like 6,000. It was insane. And this is just one meal. It was great. Sigil. So, like Carlin, are you considering the option of shitting your pants? It's on the table. Yeah, I've only done that once, that one time down in Texas. Jeremiah Parker, leftists just stormed Trump Tower in New York City. Okay, this might be breaking news. Let me see. Do you have any breaking news? Can you send it on DM? Can anyone send me some breaking news on that? Totally believable, though. The leftoids are getting violent again. Everyone predicted this. Security is going to beat the shit out of them, though. The Napalm Brothers. If I pretend to be a retarded skeleton too, will you read my comment? I just did. You didn't even need to pretend. Yeah, beat the shit out of the leftists and just drive them off. Once they start getting their bones broken, they'll pretty much they'll scatter. You don't even need to arrest them. Just beat the shit out of them. King of Biltong, frequent commentator. I raise one to you, my friend. With more Bovright. Delicious. Mexican Trumper. Today I spent an hour erasing every libtard contract I had in the U.S. Never will I hang out with them. Yeah, I mean, if you're actually Mexican, liberals will use you for election purposes, then leave you high and dry. Elsewhere, nobody gives a fuck. Oh, you're Mexican? That's pretty cool. I think Mexicans are cool. I don't have any problem with them at all. I don't even want to deport some of them. It's like, you've been in the country for 20 years and you got an education and you served in the military and stuff. Not on the priority list for deportation, just saying. For some reason, some people think this is a cooked view. Jenny, I know, right? Haha. Might be surrounded by feds, though, and then go to jail if you get involved. Yeah, that can be a big problem. The glowing ones do exist. We've pointed them out before on this channel, etc. There are plenty of glowing ones. Sigil sent me a DM. Let me check. Sigil. Breaking. Dozens of protesters have occupied Trump Tower in New York City chanting, "Free Mahmoud, free them all." And take a look at this. Isn't Mahmoud that cop killer? Or is he a suspected terrorist? Security should step in and just start shooting, honestly. I don't think that this is going to amount to anything, though. They'll get detained, they'll get processed, they'll get released. Then they'll go on to the next protest venue more than anything else. That's always what happens, too. They never get a significant charge. And the legal system moves ponderously slowly. I know this from experience. I was booked back last September, and now it's almost April of the next year, and I still haven't even had a trial date. That makes a lot of sense. If I was truly like a threat to society or something like that, and you'd think that they would fucking do something about it, you know? I'm putting on a song in the background. I've just lost it. Mahmoud is the dude, this is Sigil, is the dude they revoked his green card and snatched him out of his van for being an Islamist and advocating for the overthrow of the US and Israel. Yeah, I thought that was the one. He should be deported. It's like, you don't like the country, then leave. Yeah, we'll even book your ticket for you. Hey, we'll put you on a plane. We'll even give you Comfort Plus. That's what we should be doing. Michael Aurelius Brutus. 6. Do you care about getting older? No, I do not. This physical body is fated to eventually fade away and die. But that's not the real me. The real me is just using this body as a vehicle. The fact that it's sexy, radical, and amazing doesn't mean anything to me. It could be butt ugly. It wouldn't matter anymore. It's like choosing a different car. That's all it is. To dumb animals, for example, a squirrel, they're the dumbest of all because they like to jet out in front of your car when you're rolling through. To a dumb animal, the car is the actual being, but the actual being is the one piloting the car. They don't understand this because they're too stupid. Most humans are too stupid to understand that this is nothing more than a vehicle. It's the same as a car. I'm piloting this vehicle around in order to interact with the world around me. to go from place to place and interact with my surroundings. The real me is not this flesh machine. By the way, it's hilarious because virtually all religious people believe in the same thing, but they think you're superstitious if you bring such a thing up. It's very strange. No, I don't care if I live or die. It means nothing to me. Ah, Alamandorius. Hi, Sticks. You made a mistake yesterday. You said Alberta backed off of the energy tariff. It was Ontario. Yes, my apologies. I was wrong on that one. Ontario, Alberta. I don't think put any tariffs on the U.S. Also, how dare prices start to go down? Yes, I noticed that. The price of eggs and oil and things like that are sharply down. 11% seems to be a magical number right now. It's probably a mimetic reason for that. Donald Trump got the blame for when things were still inching up. Once they stabilized and then precipitously dropped, all of a sudden he had nothing to do with the economy. Talked about that this morning. Very, very interesting now, isn't it? Opinionated Junkie, do you believe in reincarnation? Yes. I do not believe that I'm going anywhere. In fact, I will it that I will not go anywhere. Callie J from SAC, do you believe in magic? Absolutely. I've worked it. I've killed people with dark magic before. I've also protected people from being harmed by both magic and physical means. I do have that skill. Sigil, one day when Styx is old as fuck and mummified, he'll chant the words, "Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Styx Ra, the ever-living." Raymond Nelson, what do you use for an altar setup? A tabletop, because all of the fanciful stuff within magic is a pile of horse shit, basically. There is an altar, actually, out in the woods behind me. It's about a 10-minute walk. It's interesting that they set it up there. Maybe I'll utilize that. Just saying. Blood normally congeals fairly quickly. Obviously, through magical means, sometimes it doesn't. And it is blood. Love the pie. Stolas rejects your fancibles, plebe. Yeah, exactly. He's my personal friend. I don't need to set up some fancy-ass altar. Cultivated mind. God, I love this. When people start to realize we are living in temporary meat suit and will be free from this bondage when we die, it removes the fear. A large dose of mushrooms helps. Exactly. You will die. Every single one of you out there will die. You need to get good with this before it happens, because dying in fear is not necessarily going to produce a good outcome. Your body will decay away. Whether you get hit by a car tomorrow or whether you die of old age at 95, it does not matter. You're going to die. When you die, you'll shit and piss because your muscles will relax. You'll be able to smell it, by the way. And depending on the weather and the temperature and climactic surroundings, you might feel like you're burning as your body grows cold. Of course, even relative warmth becomes hotter and hotter as your nerves slowly degenerate. Not a fun thing. Death is never fun. The best thing that you can hope for is that you get vaporized in an atomic explosion and you die instantaneously. That would be the most painless death in the world, by the way. You need to get right with whatever spiritual forces that you believe exist and do your thing before you die. Don't die with guilt. Again, unless you get instantaneously killed, then you won't really have time to ponder over your life. You will reincarnate into another form, and then you will have another life. You won't remember, by the way, the prior life. I do not believe in past life regression and things like that. Copium poppies. Copium poppies will never die. Eventually, the sun will expand and absorb all of your albums into it, and it will die. Sigil stone, actually, the fleshy body is you, because you are the accumulation of its experiences and memories, and those die with the body. The body is soil in which the soul grows, and the soul is nothing without it. Yes, you need the body to perambulate around and interact with your surroundings, arriving in an area that is habitable. That being said, the real true core self is a spirit. Guido Sanchez, God, I'm depressed. Well, don't be. You know, you only have one life to live, at least in your current form. Don't be depressed. Drop a vice, gain a skill, do whatever you want. Go get fucked. Yeah, baby. Alamandorius, interesting indeed. I wonder what the leftists will do when the U.S. economy is booming in a couple years. Lol. They'll probably complain, it's not booming enough, or something like that. Jenny, my father who may have molested me. Okay, dude. Yeah, that's some deep stuff. Many such cases, too. Oftentimes, like some 17-year-old will take a nude selfie of her tits and send it to a classmate. It goes viral, and then they get prosecuted as a sex crime. Meanwhile, some 70-year-old dude is molesting their grandchildren or something like that, and they don't get in trouble. Many such cases. This is the legal system, everyone. The so-called justice system. The Napalm brothers fundamentally have it right. Don't be upsetty. Have some spaghetti. Don't worry too much about it. You'll die. Every single person watching this stream is going to die. Your body will be put in the ground or burned or something like that. Maybe if you're Zoroastrian, it gets shipped to Pakistan, put on an altar in order for the vultures to rip it to shreds as psychopomps. But it doesn't matter. It means nothing. It's just a physical body. It's meant to be enjoyed and utilized in the physical world while you're in the physical world. In between, you're in Devachan, or something akin to that. I don't believe in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, by the way. I think that's a little bit over the top. Then you reincarnate. Maybe as an animal, maybe as a human, maybe as an alien or something like that. Who cares? You will reincarnate forever, uncontrollably. And it'll be fun, because in each life, sometimes it's not a good life. Sometimes it's a really good life. Imagine reincarnating as Elon Musk, for example. Sure, you have woman issues, but you're also the richest man on Earth. And I don't believe that the timeline is linear either. I believe it's like a pile of spaghetti. So you might reincarnate back in the 1800s or something like that. But the thing is, you'll have no memory, no frame of reference for that time period. So to you, it'll be perfectly normal. You're basically playing an infinite video game. That's my opinion. Sounds good to me. Sounds real good. So in another timeline, I'm Anton. In another timeline, I'm the one making biltong. Thank you, Anton. I hope that I reincarnate as you on an alternate timeline next. Trying to produce this delicious shit. That sounds good to me. Yeah. I believe that in between lives, you have a certain degree of sentience and can sort of determine where you go, assuming that you have the force of will to do so. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe it has anything to do with some subjective right or wrong. I believe it has more to do with force of will. Do you will yourself the ability to choose your next incarnation or not? So sorry, Anton, but I may very well decide to choose to be you in the next iteration of myself, because it sounds pretty fun to be able to make biltong and, of course, the bovrite and so forth. I don't know. I'll keep my choices in mind. Otherwise, that dude who played as the blonde-haired the captain, actually, in Zulu back in the 60s. He's still alive, by the way. He's probably, I think, the only member of the cast that still is. He's got to be in his goddamn 90s by now. Man, that would be fun. Drift Speed, Sticks, what do you think about the Nobody? Never heard of it. Almendorius, there are cheap methods for dealing with predators. Some cost less than $1. So, do you think we just reincarnate as people who already exist or throughout the universe? The universe is endless. There are infinite places to reincarnate. The fact that you exist in this current form is because, in my opinion, of your choice. You chose to incarnate in this particular form. It's just that in between lives, you made that choice. You said, oh, this will be fun. Yeah, maybe we're playing on hard mode. Maybe it's easy mode. But, and we have no way of knowing that. In between lives, you get to make that choice, assuming that you have the force of will to make the choice at all. Otherwise, it's uncontrolled reincarnation. Since the universe is infinite, you have an infinite number of places to generate, so to speak. It's like a goddamn video game. I do not believe in karma. I do not believe in hell and heaven. I don't believe in judgment. I don't believe in any of these things. There is a hell of sorts, but that's a separate issue, so to speak. But no, you'll be able to choose, and maybe you come back as a squirrel. No, it doesn't matter. Once you're in the spiritual form, you can make whatever choices you want. You'll be far more intelligent than you are in this body, for example. Tim Hogan, Trump is a magician. I do believe he understands some degree of the occult. Sigil, where the fruit, that is, the soul goes after the body dies, is not ours to know. What we do know is the life you have now, so make it a good one. That's what nihilism really means. Miserable atheist fucks. Agreed. Mexican Trumper, time is just a concept to explain motion in space. Yeah, there is no space in the astral realms, hence no time. We reincarnate at any point we choose. I agree with you completely. I believe that when you die, you revert into your true form, and you can basically do what you want for an extended period of time. It's just we also form attachments. Like there are people that I've interacted with in my life that I'm attached to, that I'm fond of, and want to follow them around, so to speak, if allowed to do so. You try to defend those that you care about with your power. Sigil, I think you missed my last rant, and I believe a greater being created this world and plants a spark within each of us to develop a soul and deliver our experiences back to it so it can experience. Yeah, the idea that living beings are basically a method of some central being to experience the world that it has created, I do not necessarily agree with. Life in all its facets. Successfully grown souls get sent back to join its experiencing of all life. Unsuccessfully grown souls get broken back down into a new spark, or seed, if you will. You should look into theosophy. That sounds down your alley. I happen to disagree with the basic premise. I do not believe in that. I believe that you live, experience. You are an individual, but you are part of a collective whole. But you're never truly part of a collective. You also have that individual spirit. Then you die. Your physical body stops working. You return back to the spiritual herd, so to speak. And you spend some time resting in between lives because they are tedious. And then you go out onto another adventure. Those choose your own adventure books, it's like there are only a number of ways in which your life can end up, but you have, to a limited degree, the choice in how they do. There are different endings. It depends on the choices that you make. And those choices are pseudo-random. That's what I believe. Zero claim. Sticks, I turned 24 today. Sing me happy birthday. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zero Claim. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? Oh, 24. Ted Nang. I'm Buddhist and your spiritual beliefs are really similar to mine. That's weird. It's not weird. It's the truth. In between lives, you have a brief respite, and then you choose a different life. And like next time, I kind of want to come back as a squirrel or something like that. I want to be a mindless animal that doesn't have to obey any laws, doesn't have to worry about anything because it's too fucking retarded to do so. That sounds fun. In between lives, you are highly intelligent. That is, that the self is actually retained over the course of infinite numbers of lives. The self is actually retained in a spiritual state. So don't worry, like the memories that you have and the thoughts that you have and the beliefs that you have, they're reserved. In between lives, you take some respite and then you march out onto another adventure. It's sort of like pausing and unpausing a video game, or dying in a video game and then starting a new game. And so you all chose to be here on this planet in your current forms. You chose the state of your birth. Some of you have had bad lives. Some of you have had really good lives. Elon Musk, he's got billions of dollars. That doesn't mean that the next time around he won't reincarnate as a raccoon, just by choice. Hey, I want to explore a raccoon world. That sounds like fun. That's basically the way that the eternal works. Don't worry. You're not going to go anywhere when you die. You don't have to be nihilistic or anything like that. I'll be right back. I don't want to run up against Jeremy, so I'll probably stop this in about 20 minutes or so. So, no, let me get that out. What the hell? Why is that even up there? I don't even know. I'll be right back. I'll do another quick segment, and then I'll go offline. All right, I am back. I've actually got to go out with my mom, actually, because my niece is coming over. So I got to do that. But, we went from talking about horny on Maine to spirituality, among the news topics, of course. And, of course, a little bit of the Bovrite. Yum. Jeremiah Parker. I cast a spell to make Tarl pee. Yeah, I did have to go pee. The thing is, like, sometimes when I go to the bathroom, like, I piss like a racehorse. There's no problem there. But then I don't have time to completely empty my bladder because I'm on live stream or something like that. And so, like, an hour later, you've got to pee again. If I wasn't 94 pounds, I'd take a sexy picture with my magic broom. Yeah. I use my broom mainly for trying to keep the dust level down in the office. This is a fruitless endeavor because we have 4 cats. Snozzlehead. Styx is getting into Stefan Molyneux territory with this extremely long streams. Sigil, you're going out with your mom? You got a sauna shoe medallion, didn't you? No, I mean going out to the store, obviously. Turtle's Toy Box. Styx says he got gay with Stolas one time. True story. No, but he did appear to me. And I'm not going to deny what I saw. I've got friends in low places. Yes, indeed. I do have diamonds. Oh, yes. Yes. A tostada. Yeah, tostadas are good. They're not as good as regular tacos, though. What you do is you fry off the taco shell. You put the meat in it, which you've browned previously, and form it around that. Put it on a taco rack if you want to, although you don't really need to. Drip it off a little bit, then put whatever the hell you want on it. It helps if you melt the cheese onto the hot meat, although typically people put the cheese on top of the whole taco, but then it doesn't melt because there's a layer of like tomatoes and lettuce and shit like that in between the hot meat and the cheese, so it doesn't really make sense. You can use black beans. You can put anything you want on it. You make fish tacos. Fish taco. Ha ha ha. Fish tacos. You get the reference? The Napalm Brothers. I love the way we go from death to bladder control to tacos. Well done, good sir. Yeah, this is totally a mature channel. As you can see from the way that I'm dressed, I am a mature individual. David Lara, corn or flour? Both. Good taco shell is about a 50-50 mix. It should be both. Yeah, I like fish tacos. Just saying. Ha ha ha. Sometime I'm going to make a video. I'll be dressed, in my more normal piratical outfit, and I'll be making proper tacos while rambling about politics. Again, this is, normal. Jenny, I go dance to the moon. I ovulate. I ovulate on the new moon and whoops, aborted a fetus found in a diva cup with it. Now I have a zygote talisman attached to it. Whoops, should have danced sooner that time. All right. Spectre Guy sticks. Have you ever tried lingua or beef tongue? I have actually had tongue. It's fairly common in the Netherlands. Normally, they use some nutmeg in it, actually. They have these slices of meat that are made with tongue, and they're actually really, really good. It's something that's sort of, some people will like it, some people will hate it. No, Anaho Dave, I haven't tried to lig my ass. So we've had quite a stream today. We found out that some people are masturbating with brooms and all about weird foods, among other things. This is a normal streaming day for the Styx Hexenhammer brand channel. Yeah. Zekali. Well, you should. Lol. Jessica, where should we send cheeky pirate pics asking for a friend? Well, if you send them to Styx666 official, I will receive them there. That is my Twitter handle. Somebody stole the Styx Hexenhammer channel on Twitter years ago. Said they were holding it, but then they didn't get back around to me. So that one's not actually me. It's Styx666 official. Yeah, I mean, if you want to send like pirate pics and stuff like that, you know. I don't give a fuck. I've gotten over any sense of moralism that I ever had. I've decided to regress into my original, more authentic self, which does not give a fuck. For a while there, I was trying to be professionalistic. I was trying to be good. I was trying to do the right thing and be professionalistic. I have failed at this endeavor. It is impossible for me to do. So yeah, I'm just going to raise hell for the rest of my life. And it will be hilarious. It will be much more fun also at the same time. That's why I've got the kazoo. I just don't give a fuck anymore. Yeah, Quinn Smith, no more fucks to give. Exactly. It's like I'm allowed to say what I want, do my work, and then when I'm done with my work, I'm allowed to just sack out, you know? I'm allowed to eat a random charcuterie or go out for a hike or something like that. What's the point of a life in which you're not capable of doing the things that you really want to do? There is no point to it. I make enough income so that I'm capable of taking care of the people that I care about. And so at the end of the day, when I'm done with the work, where I mouth off and say weird shit all day, then you can do whatever you want. What's the problem with that? It's not harming anyone. Doesn't hurt anyone. Leave me alone. If you don't want that sort of chaotic lifestyle, then just don't get near me. You know, that's all I ask. So yeah, I will possibly be live tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. It might be a Bantz stream. It might be a regular news stream if I go live at all. I'm not 100% sure. Usually I take one day off a week, and so that would be tomorrow. But I'm kind of in the mood to do a news stream, especially with the hard-hitting news that we're getting literally hour by hour at the moment. So I'll probably try to do that, but I'm not 100% sure. And even though pirates are allowed to skip showers, I should probably take a shower tomorrow as well. Just saying. Sigil, charcuterie is gay. Get a snackle box. I get these little things from the gas station, actually, with salami in them. They're actually pretty good. A little bit overpriced, but they're tasty, so, you know, it's fine. Charlie Kelly Esquire. Hey, Styx, how is that DV charge going? My next date is in April, so it's going to be a little while. Yeah. Again, sympathy for Pam Bondi. People are jumping down her throat because, well, you haven't released the Epstein list. Do you realize how long legal cases take? Because it was last September that I was first booked in on battery charges, and the case is still ongoing. it's going to be more than half a year. This is for a misdemeanor. Can you imagine if somebody is being investigated for 10 or 11 felony charges, how long that case takes? Yeah, probably several years. Basically, goddamn, you wait until the clock runs down on the statute of limitations. That's basically the best you can hope for. Might be 7 or 8 years later. That's the way that it works with the so-called justice system. It's fucking moronic. So yeah, to all the other people horny on Maine, I bid you adieu. I will definitely be back tomorrow, at least with the main videos. I'll try to do a live stream. It'll probably be a Bantz stream again. That's about all. Peace out.